Welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I am going to build a full stack CRUD application with Angular and Ruby on Rails. Before starting this course, you should have basic knowledge on Ruby language, Ruby on Rails framework, and SQLite database for the backend application. And then you should have basic knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular, Angular CLI, and Node.js for the front-end application. At first, I will create a RESTful API using Ruby on Rails as a backend server. So let's get started. At first, install Ruby on Rails on your system. Get the link in video description how to install Ruby on Rails in Ubuntu or Linux. Or you can follow its official documentation to install Ruby on Rails. I already have installed Ruby on Rails on my machine. I am using Ruby version 3 and Rails version 7.0.4. Okay, now I am going to create a Ruby application using this command. Enter a name for this application. I am going to name it backend, and for the API application you should use hyphen API at the end of this command and then hit enter. It may take a while. If you get look like this, enter password. The password will be your system password. Okay, Rails application has been created successfully. Now navigate to this application's root directory by cd. That's it. Now I am going to open this application with any text editor. My case, Visual Studio Code is preferred. Here, full stack is the workspace. In this application, I am going to create a model that contains three property: title, body, and author. So use this command to generate a model. Here I am going to add another property for the article model, author. The data type will be string, my case. Okay, now hit enter. Let's see the article model. So go back to the Visual Studio Code and expand application folder and then expand models. Here you can see article file. Okay, and then expand db and then migrate and then open this migration file. Here you will see title, body, and author. Okay, now I am going to create a controller for this model so that we can manage the data of this article model. So I'm going to create controller, use this command to create articles controller. Here I'm going to create article controller into subdirectory API version 1. Okay, and this command will create article controller inside API v1 subdirectory, and it will create a method name index, and it will not effects on routes. So hit enter. Okay, now expand controllers and then expand API. Here you will see articles controller. Let's open this file. Here you will see method index. Migrations are used to alter the structure of an application's database. In Rails applications, migrations are written in Ruby so that they can be database agnostic. So I'm going to apply migration command. So use this command to migrate. That's it. This command will generate a SQLite database with a table articles that contains 3 columns. So expand db. Here you will see development.sqlite3 database. If you want to see the SQLite database in graphical user interface, you can install db browser for SQLite database by following its official documentation. If you want to see the SQLite database in graphical user interface, you can install db browser for SQLite database by following its official documentation. Okay, I already have installed it on my machine. So open db browser for SQLite and then open database, navigate to db directory and then open development.sqlite3 database. Here you will see 4 tables. One is articles that I already have created with 3 column: title, body and author, and the rest has been created automatically. Now we can interact with the table using our model. So launch the console with this command. Open terminal and navigate to the root directory of the application. Now enter this command. Okay, this command will load the development environment of Rails. At this prompt, we can initialize a new article object. So write this code here. Here I'm going to insert the value of title of this article is hello rails, and in the body I am on rails, and also the author. Okay, now hit enter. Article object has been created, and then I am going to save this article in article table. So just write this code here, article dot save, hit enter. That's it. Article record has been saved into the articles table. Here select browse data, and then select articles table, and here you will see the title of the article, body of the article, and author with ID. Okay, let's add the routes. Add new route that maps to a new controller action to show all the articles records. So I'm going to open routes. Okay, let's define namespace in routes. We have a namespace API and then v1 to get controller action from articles controller. So open routes and then define namespace for this routes, namespace API, and then add namespace v1, my case. Okay, now add the routes. I'm going to set the routes for show all the articles record using get method. Articles, here this is the path. Invoke the index function and define a root route. Okay, now save this file. Implement index function, declare a local variable articles, and then use article model to call all function to retrieve all the articles from article table, and then render with JSON data and status code. JSON article and status code will be 200. Okay, now start the development server using this command, and then open Postman application to verify this route. Enter the request URL, copy this URL and paste here, and also add the path API v1 namespace and then articles path. Now send the request. That's it. We have an article record into the articles table whose ID is 1. Okay. Now I'm going to add another route so that we can retrieve a specific record by its ID. So open routes file and then add another route here. Now modify this route articles here, enter ID parameter so that we can retrieve article record by ID, and here define the function show. Now I am going to implement show function in article controller. Okay, here define another function show. At first declare a local variable article and then find the article by ID. So use article model and then call find by function, and here pass ID parameter. Okay, now I will check whether the article is exist or not exist in the article table. So write this code: if article exists, then render JSON data with status code 200, else render JSON with an error message article not found. Okay, now go back to Postman and send request with ID. We can use find function instead of find by, and then just use this line. Okay, now verify again. That's it. Now I'm going to define another method so that we can create a new article. I'm going to define the method name new, and here I have defined a variable name article. Okay, and then I have called new method from article model. Okay, and then I'm going to define another method named create. Define a variable named article and then enter the value of the title of the article and then enter the article body here, and also another property of the article table author Here enter the author name. Here I am going to define another method named article parameters. At the end of the article controller file, okay, here define the property name, title, body, and author. Okay, now modify the create method. Okay, now save this file and then open routes, and here add another route. Open Postman and I'm going to send JSON data to the database. Okay, now select the post method and then send request. That's it. New article record has been created. Now I'm going to retrieve all of the article records. That's it. Now I'm going to define and implement another method so that we can update a specific record by its ID. So declare update method and implement this method with this code. At first, find the article which you want to update and then check whether the article is exist or not. If article is exist, then update the article with new value of title or body or author, and then render JSON response with message article updated successfully, else render JSON with error message article not found. Okay, now save this file and verify. On Postman application, select put method. Here we have to add another route into routes with put method. Here copy this line and paste here. Here change the method name, show to update. Okay, and then ensure that development server is running and then select put method and here enter the ID of which record you want to update. I'm going to update the record whose ID is 2. Okay, now send the request article updated successfully. Now I'm going to retrieve the article whose ID is 2. That's it, updated successfully. Now I'm going to define another method and implement so that we can delete a specific record by ID. Okay, so here I have declared a method named destroy, and then at first we should find the article record by ID. If the article record is exist, then call destroy method to delete the article and then render a JSON response with message article deleted successfully. Okay, now save this file and then open routes, and here add another route. Copy this line, paste here, and here change the method name, delete, and here change the method name, destroy. Okay, now save this file and go back to Postman application and select delete method, and here enter the URL with ID. I'm going to delete the article record whose ID is 2. Now send the request and see the message article deleted successfully. The article record whose ID was 2 has been deleted successfully. Rails provides a routes method named resources that maps all of the conventional routes for a collection of resources such as articles for this application. So copy this code and paste here. Now save this file and verify on Postman application. Send request. That's it. Create another article record. That's it. We can specify the method's name here with this code. Here define an array and enter the method name as an element of this array. Okay, now save this file and go back to Postman application and verify. That's it. That's it. In the article controller, we can define the function in the Rails. Basically, the new method creates an object instance and create method additionally tries to save it to the database if it is possible. Okay, Rails API backend application is ready to use. Let's create an Angular application. At first, ensure that you already have installed Angular on your system. For installing Angular, you must have installed Node.js and npm on your system. I already have installed Node.js and npm on my machine and also have installed Angular on my machine. You can install Angular CLI on your system using this command and then create a workspace and initial Angular application using this command ng new and then enter the application name. I'm going to name it frontend, hit enter. Now add Angular router, so type Y and then select the style sheet format. I'm going to use the style sheet format as CSS. Okay. It may take a while for installing packages using npm. Angular application has been created successfully and packages installed successfully. Now navigate to the front-end applications root directory by cd, and now I am going to start the development server of my Angular application using this command ng serve hyphen hyphen open. This command will start the development server of Angular application and open with your default web browser. That's it. Now I am going to generate some components and service using Angular CLI command with respect to my backend Rails API application. I'm going to create list article component using this command ng g for generate and c for component and then enter the component name list article and then create article component and also create another component edit article component. Here you will see three component has been generated. Okay, now I am going to generate a service for this application. So enter this command ng g and then s for service. I am going to generate this service into services directory. So write services here and then use slash and enter the service name article service. That's it. Article service has been generated. Now I am going to implement article service class by adding some services. So let's add a method, name it list article, and then add another method, add article, find article, update article, and delete article. Okay, now I'm going to configure Angular application with Ruby on Rails application so that we can communicate between Angular application and Ruby on Rails API application. At first, I'm going to configure Angular application for proxying to backend server, follow its official documentation. Scroll down, search here, proxying to backend server, create a file proxy.config.json in your project's source folder. Okay, now copy this content and add this new file. Okay, this is the backend API server's URL. Now I'm going to start the Rails application. Let's start Rails API server. Now copy this URL and paste here. Okay, now save this file and then now open angular.json. This is the CLI configuration file for Angular application, and add proxy config option to the serve target. So copy. Now change the application name, my case frontend. Okay, now save this file. Go back to Rails backend API application and expand config directory and then expand initializers. Now open course file. Now remove the hash characters. Okay, and also add origins URL. It will be the frontend application server's URL. Okay, now copy this URL and paste here. Okay, now save this file. Now go back to Angular application and I'm going to implement list article service. To working with backend API server, we should add HTTP client module into Angular application. So import HTTP client module in app module and then add HTTP client module into imports array. Okay, and then open article.service.ts file and here import http client from Angular common http. Okay, now I'm going to inject http client. Okay, now I'm going to declare a variable into article service class. I'm going to name it URL. Okay, now copy this URL and paste here. Okay, now I'm going to retrieve article list from backend API application using HTTP GET method. Okay, now pass the URL as a parameter for GET method, and then copy this route and paste here. Now I'm going to open list articles component and here define a variable articles of type any. Okay, and then define a method. I'm going to name it article list and also import article service class and inject into list articles component. So define constructor method and also declare a private variable article service. Okay, from article list method I'm going to get the service from article service class. So call list article service. Now subscribe. Now hold the article list and store into articles variable. Okay, now I'm going to display article list into console of the Angular application. So write this code console.log and here pass this variable into log function. Okay, now save this file and access the Angular application from a web browser. Now inspect Click on console. Here open app component.html and delete all of this HTML element. Now add here the custom element. Copy this selector and add here. Okay. Now reload and also define another method. Name it ng on init. From ng on init method call article list method. Now reload. Here you will see cross origin request blocked. This is the course issue. Now I am going to fix this issue. At first, stop the Rails server and then open gem file, and here you will see rack course for handling cross origin resource sharing. Uncomment this line and then install this module using this command bundle install. If you don't have install Ruby bundler on your system, you can install it using this command sudo apt install ruby-bundler. Hit enter and then enter your password. Okay, now install rack course module. Enter password. Okay, rack course module has been installed successfully. Now start the development server. Okay, and then reload Angular application. Here you will see an array. That's it. Now we can access Rails backend API applications data from Angular frontend application. Now I am going to show these articles into article list component template in a table. So I'm going to install Bootstrap. So stop Angular applications development server and then install Bootstrap using npm. Okay, now expand node module, find Bootstrap. Okay, and see the Bootstrap min.js file location. Copy path from here and then start the development server and open styles.scss file and import Bootstrap. Okay, now save this file and then I'm going to use container class in app component.html file. I'm going to use div tag. Into div tag, I use container. Now save this file and see the changes here. Bootstrap activated successfully. Now I am going to use a bootstrap table. Now copy this HTML code and open listarticles.component.html file. Paste this HTML code here. Okay, add a heading here, article list. Now I am going to use for directive into table row. So right here ng4, copy this variable name and paste here. Okay, now use double curly bracket and then write this code here to display article title. For displaying body, here write body and also author. Okay, edit this table heading, title, body and author. Okay, now save this file and here you will see a complete table. Now I am going to create a form. To working with form in Angular application, we must include reactive forms module and forms module into app module of the application. I will create a reactive form, so follow this official documentation, copy this line and open app module here, paste this line and add reactive modules into imports array and also import forms module from Angular forms and also add forms module into imports array. Okay, now I'm going to open create article component. Here define an instance of a form, my case article form, and here create a form group. Import form group from Angular forms in the top of this file. Okay, and also import forms control. Okay, now add another instance. Now add another form control here. Now I'm going to change. Now I'm going to change the form control name for my application. Title, body, and author. Okay, now open create article.component.html file, and here create a HTML form. I will create it using Bootstrap form control. Okay, copy this code. Use div tag. Into div tag, define form tag, and here paste. Here create another form input field. Okay, now I'm going to modify this HTML form. I'm going to change the label for this input field. Title, article title, and here change the input type email to text, and change the ID with title. Okay, and here define form control name, in this case title. Okay, and then change the second input field body. Here article body, here define form control name body. Okay, okay, now I'm going to add a button in this form so that we can submit the form data to the component. Here change the button type button to submit. Enter the button name, create new article. Okay, here app.component.html file. So add this selector to the top of this file. Okay, now save this file, and here you will see the form. Let's define a method and name it on submit. Now open create article.component.html file, and into the form tag define form group name. Here form group name is article form. This is the form instance, and also add decorator ng submit. Here define the method name on submit, so that when we click on the submit button, create new article, the form data will be sent to the on submit method. I'm going to display the submitted form data into console. Okay, now save this file and then inspect. And here you will see the submitted form data. Now I am going to add another service so that we can send a post request to the backend server to save a new article. So open article service file, and here I'm going to implement add article method. Here we must use http post method. http post method requires three arguments: URL, body, and options. Here body will be the article data, and option http option. Okay, now I'm going to create an instance http options. Okay, and also pass a parameter into add article. I'm going to name it data of any type. Okay, and also import http headers from Angular common http. Now open create article component. Now I'm going to update on submit method. Here inject the article service, so we must import article service from article service class, and here define constructor and declare a variable, local variable article service of type article service. Okay, call add article, and here pass the data, form data, and then subscribe article, and also define a variable article of type any, and here hold article. Okay, open article service and save this file. Now I'm going to verify. So enter the form value, my new article, my new article body, and enter the author name, new author. Okay, now submit, and also create another article and submit the article, reload and see. Now I'm going to add routing and navigation to this application. At first, open app routing module.ts file, and here import the component list articles component, and also import create article component. Okay, now add route here. I'm going to make list article component as root route, write list articles component, and also add another route here. The path will be create article component, name will be create article component. Okay, now open app.component.html file and remove these two line from here. Okay, now I'm going to add a navigation, use anchor tag, and then add router link here. Enter the URL path, create article, okay, now save this file and click here. I'm going to add a button. Button name will be create article. Okay, now save this file, click here to navigate to create article so that we can create new article. Okay, and also I'm going to add another to action button into article list table. So open list article HTML element, and here add another heading action, and also add another table data field. Okay, here I'm going to add two button, edit and delete. Now I'm going to implement delete service. Here return and call http delete method, delete method contains two parameters, URL and options. Pass URL, it will be the delete URL, and also pass ID. Okay, now I'm going to define and implement a method in list article component. Delete article, now use the delete article service from delete article method. Article service dot delete article, and subscribe. Now first ID. Now I'm going to call delete article from HTML code. Here add click event and call delete article. Here pass the article ID, article dot id. So first parameter into delete article method, id of type any. Now save this file and also save this file. Now implement subscribe. Here define the id type. Okay, now I'm going to display a confirmation message. Article has been deleted in console. So save this file and click on the delete button, reload. Here you will see the article record has been deleted successfully. Okay, now I'm going to add another route for edit article component. So open app routing and here add another route. edit article. I will edit article by id. Here define the component name edit article component. Okay, now I'm going to create an editable form. So open create article. I'm going to reuse this form. So copy this HTML element and then open edit article component.html file and paste here the code. Change the heading. Now I'm going to define a form instance into edit article component. Import form group from Angular forms. Now define another variable article of type any and also define method ng on init. Okay, now I'm going to implement find article service. So open article service and here I'm going to reuse this code. Here only change the method http method. Here pass a parameter into find article method of type any. Save this file. Open edit article component. Import article service and I'm going to inject article service into edit article component. So define constructor method and here declare a local variable with private modifier of type article service. Okay, now open app routing and here change the id parameter with article id. Now open list article component.html file and here add a router link into edit button. Edit article. Here pass the article id using double curly bracket article dot id. Okay, now save this file. Now open edit article component. Import router activated route and param map from Angular router. So that we can get information from a route. I'm going to get information about the id from a route, copy this code and paste into ngOnInit method. Here inject route into edit article component. Here change the name with id, also define a variable id. Here you must write this parameter article id into single quote. Okay, now save this file and then define another method on submit method. Now go back to web browser and inspect. Here click on edit, undefined, to get the route parameter. Now save this file and verify. That's it. That's it. Now open edit article component.html file, and here I'm going to change the button name, update article, and save this file and then open edit article component.ts file. Here I am going to access the find article service from ngOnInit method. Use article service and then call find article. Okay, here pass the id and subscribe. Okay, now I am going to reuse this code, copy this code and paste here. Use this keyword. Okay, and also import form control from Angular forms, and here get the article by id and store the article into article variable. Okay, now enter the value into title from editable form. So write this code, this dot article dot title, and also this code into form control to get the article body and author. Open edit article component html and here add ngIf, enter the expression Okay, now save this file, click on edit, and here you will see. Now I'm going to implement on submit method. I'm going to verify. When we will click on update article, the modified article record will be sent to the on submit method. So I'm going to verify by displaying this modified article record on console. Here pass the article instance value into log function. Okay, now modify the article record of whose id is 3. Click on update article. Here you will see article title has been modified. Okay, now I'm going to implement update article service. Here I'm going to reuse this code, just change the http method name, use, and pass two parameter into update article method, data of type any and id of type any. Okay, now save this file and open edit article component.ts file, and from on submit method I'm going to call update article service. Okay, now pass data into update article method. The data will be form instance value, and then pass id. Okay, and then subscribe. I'm going to display a message on console article when we click on update article button. Okay, now modify article title of id 3. Click on update article. Here update the URL. Now save this file, modify the article record. Now click on update article. Now save this file and modify the article record of which id is 3. Click on update article, and here you will see the article title has been updated. Now I'm going to edit some HTML code. Okay, if you like this video, like, comment and share. Thank you so much for watching this. video.